Hi, this is Matt Clark, and in this video, we're going to talk about your fulfillment options for private labeling and wholesaling. You're selling your private label and wholesale products. Here we go. Three main options. First one, in-house. You can do this literally in your house if you want to go that route, or you can do it in an office or a warehouse, just depending on your needs, what your current operations are, and what you want to do. So that's one option, is doing it in-house. Second option is to use a fulfillment company. There are lots of fulfillment companies out there that will actually ship your products for you. And a lot of times there's actually some pretty good savings that goes along with using those companies. They used to get a pretty bad rap, but it's, a lot of them have much better systems now. And if you have good systems yourself, then it's not too bad to use them. There can be a lot of advantages. And then the last option we're going to talk about here is fulfillment by Amazon. This is a really cool way that Amazon is now allowing you to basically send them inventory, and they will ship it out for you. So they are basically acting like your warehouse. So in-house shipping, the benefits of this, first one is control. You can basically control that every order gets a tracking number inputted into Amazon because you have the shipping information right at hand. You can control what goes into the packages if you want to include package inserts, marketing material, that kind of thing. Amazon doesn't really want you doing that, but they don't really seem to do anything about it. So including marketing material in the packages is definitely a plus, or informational material, or whatever you want to put in there. So that's a big benefit, is having complete control over the process, because it's all sort of right under your nose. Also easy to get started, because basically just requires you to quickly set up a shipping account and get some supplies, and you're pretty much up and running. You don't have to worry about signing a million contracts with a fulfillment company or having to set up fulfillment by Amazon, especially if you already have inventory in your office or house or whatever. You can basically ship it out right away. Drawbacks of this is it's a hassle. I mean, you're having to ship, pack orders, or somebody's having to do that, and you're having to manage those people. You're basically having to run an office. You're having to do all these different things that you may or may not actually want to do. So I mean, it is like a full operation. If you start shipping stuff in house, there's people you have to think about. There's inventory management. There's the shipping, actual physically shipping stuff, packages and that sort of thing, and ordering shipping supplies. All that has to be handled if you're doing that in-house. It can actually be more expensive. It's kind of strange, because if you think about doing this in-house, and generally people outsource things because it can be sometimes a little cheaper, but generally people outsource things as makes things easier. Shipping in-house can actually be more expensive, strangely enough, because of the scale issues. If you, for example, are setting up an account with FedEx or UPS, and you're shipping stuff in-house, and you're only shipping, I don't know, 100 packages a month or something like that, then your shipping volume is so low that they're not going to give you any discounts, or not many discounts if they do at all. So you're still going to be paying a very high amount, $8, $9, $10 a package, ship places in the United States anyways. Whereas if you use a fulfillment company, or especially Amazon, but fulfillment company, they may be shipping 30, 40,000 packages a day, and they will pass those huge savings they get on shipping rates with companies like FedEx and UPS. They'll pass those on to you a lot of the times. So it can, strangely enough, even with their fulfillment fees added on top, taking into account like your shipping differences between what you would pay normally and what they pay, and they pass on to you, can actually be cheaper even when you count in employees and everything and that sort of thing. It can actually be cheaper to use a fulfillment company. So to get started, if you do decide you want to ship in-house just to get started, or if that's just how you want to do it, basically you need some sort of location to ship out of, and you need a way of getting the packages to whoever's going to ship them, whatever carrier that is, whether you're using UPS, FedEx, USPS, or whoever you want to use. You're going to need people to basically pick the orders together, and you're going to need them to ship the orders and put labels on and that sort of thing. You're going to need packing material, boxes or pouches, or bubble wrap, or paper, whatever you need to basically ship stuff. You're going to need to get your shipping material together. A good site to go to for that, pretty much used by just about everybody, is uline.com. That's uline.com. They have really good prices, and depending on where you are, we're in Texas, so it's kind of convenient. They're actually able to get stuff to us overnight for no additional charge. It's just how fast it gets here. You're going to need some sort of shipping account, whether that's, like I said, FedEx, UPS, or USPS, or whatever you want to use. USPS is generally going to be cheapest, so that's something to keep in mind. But you're going to need to set up an account with them. That's all free. You basically just go to their website, enter your business information, and you're pretty much up and running in a credit card. Last thing is shipping software. If you start doing enough orders, you do not want to have somebody sitting there keying in every single order by hand into, like, USPS.com, for example. If you use a software such as Shipworks, you can get that by going just to shipworks.com, or just searching Google for Shipworks. I think it might be interactive.com. But anyways, if you search for Shipworks, you'll find this software, and it's only 30 bucks a month, like 29 bucks a month. And you can basically set that up to be able to pull all of your Amazon orders automatically, and it'll automatically generate shipping labels for you. So, if you get up to, pretty much anything over 20 orders a month or something like that, you're pretty much going to save time and money using something like Shipworks. And another benefit of using Shipworks or any other shipping software is that if you're shipping a lightweight product, such as, just anything very lightweight under 13 ounces, then USPS.com, if you're using them, does not allow you to print first-class mail, which can often be a lot cheaper than priority mail. And people have done just little sort of test cases, and I read one online where somebody shipped 10 packages, and 7 out of 10 got there just the same speed with first-class mail as they did with priority mail. But priority mail, you're going to be paying $5-6 a package for small packages, and priority mail you'll be paying more like $2 or $3 a package. So that adds up over time, especially as your volume increases. And to be able to use first-class mail, you're going to need a software like Shipworks. But it's all real easy to do. Sounds a little complicated, but it's all very easy to do and easy to get set up. That software in particular is meant for people who are not some shipping experts and don't have some huge inventory management system. So it's pretty easy to use. Next is using a fulfillment company. The benefits of using a fulfillment company are that it's hands-free, you've got no people to manage, and there's no shipping supplies to monitor. And so what a fulfillment company basically does is they allow you to send your inventory to them, and they're not buying your inventory, they're not doing anything like that. They're basically holding your inventory, and they're shipping out orders for you. Now, a lot of them will be able to tie into Amazon.com to where they will automatically be able to get your orders and print them, and then re-upload automatically shipping tracking numbers. So that basically makes your, a large portion of your Amazon operations completely hands-free, and you can use wholesale products. So you're not relying on drop shipping just because you want to avoid having to do any sort of hands-on shipping stuff. If you use a fulfillment company, you can do all the benefits of in-house shipping, such as including package inserts, and that sort of thing, and having a little bit better control over it. You're still able to do this with a fulfillment company because they basically do whatever you tell them to do. You're pretty much paying them for a service, so they'll include package inserts, marketing materials. Some of them will even print that stuff for you. So that's good. So there's a lot of benefits in using a fulfillment company. You don't have to, have a warehouse or office. You don't really have to have any extra employees. It's just basically contracting with this company and making sure they do what they're supposed to do. Drawbacks to this is a lot of them want to charge setup fees and initial fees. Couple of them will charge, $500 to $1,000 setup fee, and some of them will want like an initial deposit of $2,500 or so. They do this because they, a lot of them have been burned quite a few times by somebody who will want to go sell a bunch of products, and if they're only charging you after the fact, because they don't know, because they charge basically on a per order basis. Some of them charge per returns, and some of them charge like per item that has to be put in a package. It's all pennies basically, but it adds up into being how they make money. So a lot of them will charge you initial fees and deposits and that kind of thing to make sure that they actually get paid. So sometimes you need a little bit of cash to get started up with these people. So that's one drawback. Next drawback is trust and reliability. Like I said, that a lot of these companies got sort of a bad rap back in the day because they didn't have their systems together and they messed up a lot of orders. But a lot of people use fulfillment companies very successfully. If you work with a good one, I mean, they'll give you tracking numbers. And basically, if you send them the orders, they send you back tracking numbers. The only thing that could possibly get messed up is, one person over there puts the wrong product in a package, or the shipping company messes it up, which is actually a very, small percentage of errors. So there's a trust and reliability. So, there are going to be less scrupulous fulfillment companies. Just make sure you're working with a good one and you trust them. So to get started, basically all you're going to need is your business information and then a contact of fulfillment company. Now you can contact one in your local area if you just search on Google for your city name and plus fulfillment company or state and then a fulfillment company. You'll be able to find a fulfillment company in your area. So that has its advantages because you can meet with them face to face and talk with them and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. But you don't necessarily need to do that. Here are two companies that are really good, really well known. Both run good operations. First one is Multon Logistics, and the second one is National Fulfillment Services. So if you just want to go contact a company that does sort of national fulfillment, then you can contact either one of those companies and they'll help you get up and running. So the last fulfillment option is Fulfillment by Amazon, also known as FBA. And what this is basically Amazon you'll send Amazon your inventory. Say you're selling one product. Say we're going to call it widget A. Say you're selling widget A on Amazon, and you contact your wholesaler or manufacturer, whoever you're ordering that product from, and you say, "Hey, send 100 of widget A to this address." Basically, you're sending your inventory to Fulfillment by Amazon. You're sending your inventory directly to Amazon, and all the instructions for doing this are within your Seller Central account. But basically, you'll need to make sure some information is included with that package so that when Amazon gets it, they know whose it is. But basically, you're sending your inventory to Amazon. You can have your wholesaler or manufacturer send it directly to them, so you don't have to do it. You'll send it to them, and they will basically count and store your inventory, and you'll see it reported within your Seller Central account that inventory has been received and how much inventory you have on hand at that point with Amazon. And then, Amazon isn't paying for your inventory at this point. They're basically just holding it for you. And so then whenever you get an order in your Seller Central account for that product that you have in stock, in the example I was just giving you, widget A, a customer orders widget A and they order, 5 other products that you're not selling but are sold by other people. Amazon, if those other products are also carried by Amazon and stored by Amazon, Amazon will put those all together in one package and send that one package out to the customer. Now this is good because you don't have to deal with any inventory or customer service issues. You get cheaper shipping offerings, and you get better product placements. Now the cheaper shipping offerings, basically what that is Amazon assumes that everything that you're selling, or they basically say that everything that you're fulfilling with them is basically equivalent as a $0 shipping cost to customers. Now this matters because, like I said in some of the previous videos, one of the biggest factors to where you rank on Amazon, aside from the promotions you do, and especially if you're competing with other people for the buy box, one of the biggest factors is your price, and your price is a function of the actual price you're charging and your shipping price. But now using Fulfillment by Amazon, your shipping price is basically 0, so that gives you an immediate advantage. Next one is you get better product placements. If you start looking at products on Amazon, you'll see a good chunk of them. The top listing is a Fulfillment by Amazon product. Amazon likes this because they're a lot less likely to screw up orders than anybody else because they ship more packages than anybody else just because they're a huge company and they have all their systems down. And that more packages are able, if customer orders more than one product, they don't have to get multiple packages if Amazon's carrying all those products in stock because they'll all get put in one package. So it also makes a good experience for the customers. So that's basically what Amazon's trying to do there, and that's just why they give priority placements to Fulfillment by Amazon products. Drawbacks to this is control. I say control because if Amazon is fulfilling your orders, Amazon is basically going to work their hardest to make it look like it's them selling it. That they're basically you're pretty much just using Amazon to basically carry your inventory and sell the products, and you're no longer involved in this sort of fulfillment process. So this means that there's no package inserts, There's no marketing material going in those packages, and you're really going to have to make sure that you're doing what they want you to do. You're not including, huge URL stickers on the products and that kind of thing. So you lose a little bit of control with using Fulfillment by Amazon. But to get started with this, it's fairly simple. Within your Seller Central account, you're basically going to take whatever product you've already added, and you'll click the drop down to the left, and basically it'll just say change to Fulfilled by Amazon, and that product will now be fulfilled by Amazon. And then once that's done, all you do is send your inventory to Amazon pretty much. There's a few more instructions within your Seller Central account, but it's all very simple, and you'll basically be up and running with Fulfillment by Amazon. So now you've learned the different fulfillment options, and you are ready to go with selling wholesale and private label products on Amazon.